You know, those shepherds, who were watching their sheep by night, and nobody cared for the shepherds in those days. The shepherds were the lowest of the low. And where was Jesus born? In a manger. He could have been born, if he was really the king of kings, then he should have been born in a palace. But he was born here, he was born in a manger. And then the wise men. And these wise men came, and they came with gifts. 3 gifts, One was gold, and the other was frankincense, and the third was myrrh. Very strange, very strange. Gold was the gift fit for a king, but the frankincense and the myrrh, they were given at the time of death. Can you imagine if you have a child born in your family and somebody comes to you and says, we've just bought this plot of land in the cemetery down in Hartford. This is for your child. I mean, I can't even imagine what you will do to that person. I mean, there will probably be a 911 call placed saying, please come, there has been a fatality in our house. And yet, there was this child born, and there was Mary, and there was Joseph, and there were these 3 wise men bringing gifts, 2 of which were given at the time of death for embalming. And therein lies a strange, the truth about the Christmas story. And therein lies the fact that God's love story continues. Christmas is a wonderful, manner in which God put His love story into action. He sent Jesus, His only begotten Son, into the world. And then that child grew. He grew in knowledge, he grew in wisdom, he was a wonderful carpenter. And then what happened? At the age of 33, he died on the cross. And not only did he die on the cross, on the 3rd day he rose again. And it's a fact, it's a history, this is written in history. You can dispute the fact, Jesus wasn't really born on 25th December. Are you telling me that Jesus was born on 25th December? No, I'm not telling you that. And I cannot prove to you that Jesus was born on 25th December. I do know that Jesus was born. And you know what? 25th December is as good a time as any to celebrate His birth. And you know what? That's why I will celebrate it on 25th December and also on the 26th and the 27th. And so on. Because when you really understand that Jesus' birth is part of God's love story, it is His attempt at building His relationship back with you, then you will celebrate Christmas every day. Because you want to get back into relationship with God. And if you want to get back in relationship with God, then you have to get back in relationship with His Son that He sent into this world, who is Jesus. And Jesus just didn't die on the cross, just because, something bad happened or that. No. Jesus was blameless. He went to the cross and He died for our sins, for yours and mine. Why? So that there would be no more sacrifices necessary. You don't have to go and sacrifice this and sacrifice that. But all you need to do is believe in Jesus, and that's it. Your relationship with God is restored. It's as easy as that. And that's the most unbelievable part. And that's what confuses us thoroughly. No, that can't be. Please tell me that I have to do some sort of, rituals. But no, nothing. All you need is Jesus. You have to understand that Jesus is the price that God paid. Jesus was sent by God into this world. He was born, and that's what we celebrate at Christmas. And He was born for a special purpose. And He was to die on the cross so that you and I believe on Him and we restore our relationship with God. One very unique thing about Jesus is He doesn't say go there. He doesn't say do this and do that. You know what He says? He says, come to me. All you are heavy laden, and I will take care of you. We have many times, we have these messages, go there, do this and do that. But here's someone who's saying, come to me. Simple as that. Why? Because it's part of God's love story. It began with creation. God sent Jesus so that He would restore man unto Himself. And it's a beautiful love story. Because we battle with so many things. when we are living there. And you cannot, see, the unique thing about Christmas is that you cannot separate the cross from Jesus' birth. And many times, we are so enthralled with the Santa Claus and the hymns and the wreaths and the Christmas lights that we forget that in this celebration there is a cross. The wise men knew that. The wise men were guided by the star, and they were guided by God, and that's why they gave gifts of myrrh and frankincense, because there was cross in the manger. And I cannot separate that even if I want to, and neither can you. So tonight, as you're here, you've listened to these songs in languages that you don't even understand. You watched a dance that you are thinking, oh my goodness, really? That's part of Christmas? But that's part of Christmas. That's part of the Indian celebration of Christmas. And more importantly, there's nothing Indian about God's love story. God's love story is universal. It extends beyond any borders, all nationalities. We who are in India, we have been touched by the same love story as the people living in Hartford, Connecticut, and in the furthest corners of the earth. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that magical? To have that story touch so many lives all over the world. And